Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Welcome back to episode 6 of the Woolen Comedy Club presents the Hickory, the Drunk, and Under Quarantine show. We have a wonderful show lined up for you fine folks this evening. It's been a wild week, been a little bit crazy. We all know that events in the world are beyond most of our control, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it. And we hope we get to provide you guys a few minutes of hanging out, having a laugh, and enjoying some of the finer talent that the fine state of Vermont has produced. Back in another 1 hour episode this week. Both my co-hosts here on time, which is wonderful. It's glad to hear that. And our wonderful, wonderful guest this week, Mr. Ryan Kenyon. Can't wait to hear from him later. But we'll get this right off the bat, much like China got the COVID. And we'll turn this over to our first performer and the newest co-host of the Hickory, the Drunken Under Quarantine show. Welcoming to the spotlight stage, Mr. G.W. Foley.
How's it going, everybody? Yes, I am here for my second week, week 6 for quarantine. And as the trend started with the very first week, I am still not wearing pants. I'm going to continue this trend, hopefully forever, unless we go live, and then I might have some legal problems to go through. Who knows? I might get crazy and just be like, fuck it, I'm dropping my drawers right now. Sounds like something I would do. It's been a rough week lately. A lot of stuff going on in the news. But the most important thing that has happened recently this week is I got a bug bite on my ass, and I man, it just kills. People don't understand my pain. Like when they're talking about like all this injustice, like you try getting a spot on your back that you can't reach. That's the real travesty here. Like sometimes I feel like I'm choking, I'm reaching so much. And it's just awful. And there's no parades in my honor going like, you scratch the ass, or like ass lives matter. And not to make light of the situation, but goddamn, like there's a couple of them and they go in a trail. Like I'm afraid, like honestly, if I looked at it, it would be bed bugs. That's what I'm actually thinking it might be, which leads into a whole nother problem of what do you do with bed bugs other than burn down your entire fucking apartment? No one ever like has come up with a great plan for bed bugs. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but like they make all these sprays and tonics and stuff like that, which like purely witchcraft bullshit. It doesn't work. Like you literally need to set fire to your place just to get rid of them. And quite frankly, I'm too committed to my apartment to do that. Like I have a really nice place here. It's quiet. There's no protesting going on. It's incredible. And that's my world. That's the world I'm living in. Is GW might have bed bugs, but no protest. So who's really the loser in this situation? How about Facebook land? We come up with an idea of saying, hey, no more to bed bugs. We just start going off and being like, say no to bed bugs. And like we can pick at all these shitty hotels in the area that have they have a bed bug problem. You just look outside and be like, oh hey, there's rat feces. Yeah, they got bed bugs inside. And you just burn mattresses. Like we can set the whole place on fire. And everyone can come together, whites, blacks, Asians, Latinos, the gays can come involved, like everyone, just to fight bed bugs. I think that's going to be amazing. Back to you, Hickory.
Oh, that would be the rally I could get behind finally, sir.
You know, thinking about it, like I think it's a good idea. Like you never know.
I would wholeheartedly agree with you on that. If we could either get a rally against bed bugs or for government subsidized alcohol, you got my vote.
Yeah, I'm there. Pretty soon I'm gonna run for Senate.
All it would take now is if you were just under 70.
I'm there. I'm already there. I'm good. So, all right. Are we going to introduce the next?
It's about that time.
All right. So coming next to the stage is a wonderful wonderful entertainer, performer. He's a beautiful man in general. Let's give it up for Hickory, the drunken underwhelming.
Woo!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For I am, of course, the one, the only, Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming. Tonight, I'm here to perform a few small minor feats for you. And we would start. This one is going out to my good friend. Little camera pan there. I hope you guys enjoyed that little piece of magic. My good friend Jordan, and he said we're at a gathering recently that was, a lot of people standing 6 feet apart from each other around a fire. So please don't write us any angry emails. And he said, Hickory, not only are you the most wonderful magician you've ever met, but it's a ball. And I said, you are 100% correct. Said, let me show you. I'll show you next week a little ball play. He said, do you do any cup stacking? And I was like, I'm not entirely sure. Cups are supposed to be stacked, but sometimes it works like that. Like, let's try this again. And I pulled the cups up, and there was 2 balls under there this time. I was like, I just didn't know how this was going to go. Something I had never tried before. And after a few minutes, I realized that the real trick wasn't that there was like a hole, which, for a second, it almost looks like there's a hole in there that you can just get a wand through. I realized that it was just that the cups just kind of go through each other. So try this one. We'll try it without the cup, or we'll take the third ball, hit it like that. I'll have traversed right through the table. And I was like, okay. He was like, that's decent, Hickory. That's all right. Let's see your other ball play. I said, okay. We'll see how this goes.
You're having a horrible.
Turn down the volume on it. It's like, it kind of works like that a lot of the time. You think one thing is happening and another thing completely is happening. And sometimes the balls just magically move around like that. And I was like, you know what? Let me try this. Try this again. And this time, to be completely fair, I'll actually put that ball into my pocket, away from play, off the table. I'll try something different. I tapped them again. And Mr. G Dubs, could you guess how many balls were underneath this cup in the center?
1.
You were right, but the balls get bigger.
Holy shit.
As a lot of shows here. Could you guess how many were under this one?
2.
Close. It was 1 again.
Oh.
That was how I won the day. 1 under there. Now, if I were to take these, leave them in sight, where you can still see those. to
Now
make
we
sure
can.
I'm doing anything funny here. I tap them. Now where are we at? To be honest, this is the portion where I forget if we were playing with the cups and balls or the cups and cups or the balls and balls. Classic forms underneath that one, which is great because I was just getting thirsty. Under this one, got a couple pieces of napkin. Which lead me to the next feat. I figured I would share something with you guys. Feeling in the sharing mood. Show you something you can do here. Way you can astonish children at a get together or something. What you're gonna need is 2 napkins. This is a famous trick that many a magician have done. Just a standard plain napkin. And what you'll do is you'll just take a standard napkin and ball it up ahead of time. You'll keep that palm. Now this is traditionally performed with the newspaper, but all of the newspapers lately have been so depressing that I couldn't buy one to perform with. So basically, once you have your napkin, you have this. You're gonna want nobody to see this. Sorry, that was the character development portion of the show. So, what we're gonna do here is you're just gonna kind of tear that napkin up, and you're gonna hope nobody sees you do this that would have, stabbed you over a roll of toilet paper or anything. So now we're in a predicament where we have a torn up. You could have, your niece or nephew or your cat check out these pieces to make sure that it is in fact a torn up napkin. So what you could also do is a little trick like that, and you could ball them together just to show everyone that, that way you can show both hands empty. What you're gonna do is you're gonna secretly transfer them both over to here, right? So now we have them both in this hand. What we're gonna do is with this hand, you're gonna go back in your pocket and reach for your wand. And that's a distraction because what you're actually doing, and you would reach for like a Sharpie or a pen or something and use that. I have an actual wand, so I'll use that. But while you're reaching over here, causing that distraction, what you're gonna do is what us magicians refer to as a switch. And so this isn't in the back, the business end, but I'll show you guys for this time. We're just gonna kind of, just like that, keep it like that. So now they think that this was the napkin that was torn up. They don't know about this napkin. You're all good. You're ready to open this up and reveal the fact that you are a phenomenal magician. Oh, I'm glad that worked, because if I was teaching this and it didn't, that would have been really embarrassing. And I understand the question arises, Hickory, what do I do if I get caught with the other one? And it's a very good question. And for you, if you're not a magician, sorry, just keep it hidden. Don't let it. But if you're like me, just tap it with the wand. You just restored that second napkin. It's almost like I'm Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. We'll see you next week.
Oh, thank you, Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. That was a wonderful performance right there. Really appreciate that. So we will keep this fine show on the road, folks. Thank you all for being here. Bringing to the stage our next performer, a very good friend of the show, co-host, been here with me since day one, freshly back from a very exciting trip, even though most people don't get to have those right now. my good friend, Mr. Collen Doyle.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Boy, do we have a lot to unpack this evening. Just seems like every week here, every time it just gets more and more crazy. Day 100, Quarantino, or at least that's what it feels like. I got to be coming into it. Seen a lot of crazy things on YouTube, Facebook, all these different things. Seen a lot of police brutality, a lot of protesters. I saw a video of a cop coming up to what seemed to me be a senile old white man who was standing on the wrong side of a gate in a suburb community. And the cop told the guy to move. And the old man had a hand, what do you call that, a cane to walk. And before he could get his cane down, the cop shoved him and the old man just fell on his side. And this is a very funny video because it's an old man getting beat up by a police officer. And you got to wonder, what was the dialogue here? Some cop walks up to this guy and he's like, hey, what you moving along here, old man? Get your head moving. The guy's just standing there and he's like, just doesn't understand what's going on. And then he's like, just shoves the guy. And he's basically, says to him, what do you hate? You having a hard time hearing? What do you having a hard time moving quickly? It's it's an old man. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted. As you can see, I'm broadcasting once again from the back porch here because this is the best point of internet connection in Bridgewater, better than the comedy club. And it seems like now we have a storm rolling in. So we're going to take a walk on in here mid monologue. And I'm just going to keep going with this because got a lot to unpack. I really appreciate the reporters this past week. I always appreciate reporters because they always report no matter what is going on. Even when stuff seems really dumb, the weather and stuff, where they'll be like, don't anyone go to this beach? No one go to the beach. The beach is very dangerous. And then it'll just be a reporter being like, I'm here at the beach. It's horrible. The weather is blowing. We don't know if we're going to be able to make it out. And I feel like the protests right now are kind of like that. The reporters are showing up to these places where everyone's listen, get off the street. Don't come on the street. And then these guys are just coming onto these places that's buildings are burning and stuff in the background. It's total mayhem. But I love the commitment of all of these reporters as they're going through this, the experience where they're I am here on the street where chaos has struck. Buildings are burning. And, well, it appears that there is tear gas right now on the street. I believe I've been tear gassed. Okay, I'm having a hard time seeing or breathing. Well, it seems like I'm getting pepper spray now. I'm getting pepper sprayed in the face. We're coming to you live from the street. There's pepper spray. It burns. And I saw one guy getting arrested, and he just held the whole time. He's like, I am being arrested right now. Being arrested. And the guy is the cameraman's just over there filming it. They were from CNN, and they're we're being arrested. We are all being arrested. And the camera guy's just filming it. And he's like, are you guys arresting us now? Is there a reason why you're arresting us? They're we're fucking arresting you. That's what we're doing. And it's funny to me because it's this just, I don't understand. Apparently this person who was doing the arresting is really bad at the whole arresting a film crew. Because the first you film a film crew is you come up and you go, you with a camera, turn it off. That's the first guy. You don't arrest the camera guy last. That's the first guy. You're turn the camera off, and then I'm gonna start doing my arresting. But it's my dad's birthday tomorrow, and that's fun. My dad is someone who is a very positive person, but always has bad news. It's he's more bad news forward than good news forward, you know? Like no matter what you try to do, it's always you got some type of bad news. It's like say just for example, you want to go like take a hot air balloon. Be like, hey dad, I'm thinking about taking a hot air balloon. Like that'd be fine. My dad would be like, oh yeah, that family in Ohio thought they were going to take a hot air balloon. Yeah, and then every single one of them died. Like you try to go like scuba diving and be like, yeah, like I'd like to go scuba diving. Like, yeah, that guy Joe Blow thought he was gonna go scuba diving. And then he ran out of air in his tank and he drowned, died. So right now is kind of a good time for someone who if you like bad news, what a time to be alive. It's funny though how quickly you like adapt to things, because it's like I've noticed like with the mask, like I walked into a store and there's a picture of a person with a mask on, and I actually thought it was a missing person report. Like it was like, have you seen this person? And like I looked at it, I'm like, shit, I might have seen that girl. And then I was like, wait a second, why would you have the picture of her with a mask on? And I started thinking like, oh yeah, it's just a wear a mask thing. I think it's funny now that they finally come out and they've said masks are effective. And there's been reports that are like people are coming out and they're like, masks are effective. Masks are extremely effective. We're incredibly impressed with the efficiency and effective rate of masks. And it's like, yeah, pretty much everyone knew masks were effective at what they do because we've been using masks for 500 years. For 500 years we used masks. Literally, we invented the mask and then we kept using it for the rest of time. That is what happened. There was the world without a mask, then we invented the mask, and we never discontinued that product. Like there's the crazy Venetian masks that like look like the big beak. They used to use those. They packed them with rose petals, and they used that for when they dealt with the dead, because it was actually like a filter and it smelled good, and it was effective because it was a fucking mask, you know. And like now today in 2020, people are like, we don't know if masks are effective or not. We haven't figured that out yet. I feel bad for New York. New York has a they're doing a curfew tonight. Like I feel bad for like the whole like sublet like market, because like there's so many people trying to sublet and trying to leave New York for the summer. And so they're like still trying to like rent their apartments, being like, you can sublet an apartment in New York this summer. And it's like, yeah, but it's like a place that everyone's trying to leave because it's the pandemic, like the center of a global pandemic, you know? And people are like, yeah, but it's the East Village for only $1,000. It's like, yeah, but it's not really if there's like not a single concert venue or a single place open. Like I really feel bad for that whole thing. So like, and then tonight it's like as if it's, you know, now it's just everything's on fire. So stay strong, everybody. Stay strong. Black Lives Matter. It's a good movement, I think. Just don't, you know, set any more stuff on fire, maybe we do. I don't know. Back to you guys.
Oh, well, it's a good thing I found my mask. This thing is also great for fire starting and general brick throwing, and it keeps you safe. So I'm told.
And scaring small children.
Just glad people are actually making it out of that city alive still. God bless New York. I feel worse for those fine folks all the time. Anyways, let's keep this ball rolling. G-Dubs, if you would so kindly introduce our special guest of the evening.
Absolutely. This next gentleman coming to the stage is a wonderful human being. He is a member of the Transcendental Comedy Experience. He's a Vermont Comedy Outlaw original. My old touring buddy, Let's give it up for Ryan Kenyon.
Woo!
Oh, hello, internet. It's good to be back on the internet. Where I've been for the past 50 plus days now. Send help, send care packages to 179 North Winooski. We're not doing well. No, I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe where they're at. Crazy times we're living in. But I hope everyone's taking this time to reconnect and refine themselves. That's exactly what I've been doing. See, where do I start? I've been reconnecting with my love of cooking again, which is good. I've been experimenting with new recipes and stuff like that. Everything that I cook is, it's still farm to table, regardless of it's Cumberland Farms or not, but it's still it's all well. I don't know if you guys have ever had fettuccine Alfredo with ruffled chips in them. It may sound gross, but it's pretty good. Everything tastes good on those edibles. But I've been staying safe. I've been surrounded by a great support group, to keep me sane and to help me, talk and vent and stuff like that. Not real people, but I've been spending a majority of my stimulus check on buying cameos of D-list celebrities to, keep my head above water. So, I wouldn't be where I am right now without the help of Beans from Even Stevens and Mr. Mosby from The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, because they're the cheapest people on Cameo. So, pretty good. I haven't really found it in my heart to spend money and reach out to Andy Dick, because we all know that he's been through hell, so he can help me keep my head on my shoulders. So. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Yeah, so, wow. I think once this all settles down and everything gets back to, open for the most part, I think most of all that I'm more worried about the club DJs. I want to know, what the club DJs, how they're holding up right now, because damn well they can't go back to the club and go, everyone to the dance floor right now. 6 feet apart from each other. I don't know. I'm just concerned. The club DJs is where my heart and my mind's at right now. But oh man, yeah, that's pretty much all I got right there.
Well, thank you for coming out, good sir.
Hey, thank you for having me, guys.
It's wonderful to see you. Glad to see you are happy as ever.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I haven't been spending my stimulus check on Mr. Mosby cameos. That's ridiculous. I would never do such a thing. Maybe I have.
I was gonna say it's better. I guess a lot of people just spend them on weed and Doritos, and they're just playing the long game.
A little bit, and maybe some mushrooms. I don't know.
Didn't I see a video with you and Tommy Chong a little while ago?
Yeah, we did that. It's called High Spirits, and it's on Facebook and YouTube for Transcendental. We did this 48-hour film festival thing for the comedy club, and then we had this footage. We just spent $150 on a Tommy Chong cameo, and we're like, what are we gonna do with this? Because we had nothing planned. We just wanted him. We just paid him to call us cool dudes and thank you. which is it's what normal people do. And we're like, oh, let's just use it. So yeah, it was ridiculous. It was fun.
It was only $150 to get Tommy Chong.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy must be hurting.
He was so blasted. I'm sure he didn't even know what he was doing.
Did you guys know he was on The Masked Singer?
No.
Yeah, he was one of the few contestants that I've seen on that show that I knew within the first 3 words out of his mouth. I was just like, fuck, that's Tommy Chong. And my wife's like,
Exactly.
how
Yeah,
do you know? And I'm like, I fucking know. Like, it's his
Yeah.
voice, man. It's like if Andrew Dice Clay went up there.
Yeah.
It doesn't help. He's like,
Victory rhyme.
turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit closer. Man. All right, Tommy Chong, shut up. Turn around. Every now and then. Man. And around.
Don't forget to shop at Cheech and Chong Weed Furniture.
Turn
Where
around.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely.
And then you still have Robin Thicke and Jenny McCarthy arguing that, oh no, that's Ryan Lochte. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
like,
Exactly.
fuck.
this could be a quarterback from some B-list football team. Nobody's thought it out in 15
Yeah.
years.
Is that
Ken
Ken
Tebow.
Stabler from the Raiders? No. Oh, man.
I laughed on that on just male instinct, just hoping that you, Ryan, as a fellow man, wouldn't leave me to hang out to dry.
He's like one of the more irrelevant football players. I don't know. Well, isn't Gronkowski on one of them? Wasn't he one of them, or am I thinking of something else?
I think he was.
Yeah.
No, he's still WWE 24/7 champion, though,
I
right?
know.
Yeah,
I know.
Waiting for him to drop that belt to Tom Brady.
I'm waiting for the first time they get on stage, and all of a sudden you see R-Truth come running out, tackle his ass, and pin him.
I know. I hope. What a
15
joke.
yard penalty, Buccaneers.
Yeah. I hope he gets a chair shot to the head. I can't stand Gronkowski.
Well,
Fuck him.
it's really easy
That's
to
like
take
literally, that is like his Achilles heel at this point.
Yeah, I know, and it's
Just
working
go
out
for the brain.
yeah, he's gonna get CT and drop the belt.
I was gonna say, I think he's concussion proof. Let's be realistic here.
yeah, going one way or another. Yeah, probably not going to cause any more damage.
No.
Needless to say, Will Smith is not doing a movie on him.
No. Concussion to the Gronk story.
Well, you know what would be great is if they got Gronkowski to do a new Cheech and Chong film where he's sitting in the car driving with Tommy Chong, and then all of a sudden they turn on the radio and Tommy Chong goes, turn around every now and then I get a little bit over.
Bright eyes.
Every now and then I fall apart.
Oh, that
You
covered
came
me.
in.
You're
You're looking a little squinty in the passenger seat, man.
The only thing
And you know
the
what's
hell?
amazing about Tommy Chong is that voice, it is inevitable that you will acquire that voice if you just smoke enough weed for like 50 years. It's just, that is it.
Oh,
Just
for sure.
smoke weed 50 years and you sound like exactly like
Then when you quit, you start
better
sounding
be
like
careful,
Randy.
Gronkowski.
Yeah.
You don't look good ever since Tom Brady gave you that chair shot, man.
Yeah. Don't make me drop the people's elbow, man. I'll do it. If you smell what Tommy Chong's cooking. Oh man.
Dude,
Now
it's a
I
really-
want to see that match now.
Spoiler alert, man. It's like a really good batch of pot brownies. So I'll lead this section off asking you the same question I've been trying to remember to ask every guest on the show, Ryan. How is Corona time treating you?
Cool. I mean, I'm lucky to begin with, and I'm pretty introverted too. So I'm like, sick. All right. I mean, it sucks that a lot of places are out of, they're not open, or people are going to work from home, and then, shout out to the people that are the essential workers out there, and making sure everything's still going. But I mean, it's pretty cool. Like I'm like, wow, I can catch up on stuff on Netflix. I can singular, like playing a lot of online video games, and I'm just getting my ass kicked on Madden every day. So I'm trying to. It sucks. Even downloaded WWE 2K20, and I'm like, oh man, this is just awful. So I mean, it's hit or miss day by day, but I'm having fun.
Yeah, are you glad that they canceled 2K21 and just decided to go with the long game for 22?
Yeah, because this one is just glitchy and it's just unreal. But yeah, I mean, had a lot of time to work on filming stuff with Transcendental and just writing songs every now and then. So it's been
Nice.
fun. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
instruments do you play, Mr. Kenyon?
The skin flute.
And boy, can he make it sing.
Yeah, I'm the Ian Anderson of playing the skin flute. When this is all said and done, I'm gonna be in a Jethro Tull cover band called Aqua Tug. So, but
I like to think I'm playing the skin alto clarinet and the Kenny G of it.
That's awesome.
I mean, let's be real. Let's be realistic. I'm playing the piccolo. That's...
Oh man. No, I don't play any. I tinkle around on the keyboard a little bit, but that's it. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
How has it been spending more time as a former chef and from my heart to yours? How has it been not spending as much time in the kitchen? Do you find yourself actually cooking more like what your lovely assistant would want, or are you kind of enjoying taking a step back and eating a lot of Hot Pockets?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and it's great. It was a weird transition for like maybe a month because I'm so used to like waking up, getting up, and going, and like now I've had like a little more sleep in time and stuff like that. But as for cooking, like no, like that was always the one thing I hated doing when I wasn't working was like coming home and like cooking a meal.
Amen.
I like helping out. I like being like the sous chef of it all and like helping out and like doing dishes and stuff. But
honey, I made mise en place.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, just a lot of DoorDash. I'm pretty tight with some of the DoorDash drivers around here, so they hook it up.
Do they ask you personal questions?
They do. They go, man, your poops must be awful. Burger King for the third time this week? No judgment, Carlos.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, BK to life.
Yeah, right. I'm going to have it my way. My life.
There's no lounge like BK Lounge.
No, that's right. Shout out Reggie Britton, BK Lounge.
Holy shit. You guys all think the pinnacle of comedy is the callback. G-Dubs just called back to 2004.
Well, I am quite old school.
Well done, my friend. Well done.
How about yourselves? How you guys holding up?
I'm going batshit crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm used to being on the road every weekend and doing shit. And now I'm just home and I'm in bed by 7:30.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
I know.
Like I just turned 40 and I feel like such an old man now. Like,
well, I mean, G-Dub, I think that like this whole thing is just aged us all significantly. And like, I feel like it's like one of those things when you see like the quote unquote, like old man syndrome of like, I always joke around with my eye injury. It's like, it only takes you almost like jabbing an eyeball out to be like, don't run around with those scissors. You're going to lose an eye, you know? Like, we're going through Corona right now, and this is going to be like our like Great Depression, where when we're like even older, we're going to be like sitting around being like, all right, and I told you, if you're going out to the store, buy toilet paper. How much do you have?
Yeah.
Like, Grandpa, I have plenty. Like, no, you don't have enough. You know, you don't get it, you stupid.
You only have 5 rolls. You need more.
Yeah,
It'll
you know.
last you a fortnight.
Yeah. This is our thing, you know what I mean? Like this is our you're not wearing a mask? You're going into the thing and you're not gonna wear a mask? Be like, Grandpa, I
How you know a girl likes you if you can't just look at her eyes?
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's where it's going. This is like, the new first base is gonna be like holding hands, you know what I mean? Right? Like she allowed me to touch her hands without sanitizing right before.
Oh, that nasty bitch.
Oh my God.
You wore a glove. Please tell me you wore a glove.
Yeah, I saw a headline from a couple weeks ago where there was a picture of a beautiful human on front page of news, and she had a beautiful bikini on, but had a matching mask with it. And I was like, oh my God, all these ugly bitches finally have a chance. I'm like, this is perfect. Like
the great equalizer. Now you don't need to have a face.
You can spend 100% of your makeup time just on your eyes and eyebrows. The rest is covered. Who cares? You just go out there like every butterface in the country right now. Just fuck yeah, I'm getting laid this summer.
I feel bad for the cross-eyed women out there.
Oh.
You got a rockin' bod, but your eyes looking at each other. Something the mask won't fix. Maybe some sunglasses.
It's like every human with janky teeth on the planet right now has got a seriously good summer in front of them.
Yeah.
The jack-o'-lantern mouse.
Whatever, we don't kiss anyways.
I'll French you through my teeth.
I was gonna ask a question of the night. Start doing this from here on out. I thought it would be fun to ask each one of you guys a question and see what your maybe both a comedic response, because I know you guys can't help it. First off, G-Dubs, the brim of your hat's kind of like going in and out of invisibility with the brick wall behind you, and it's been fucking with me for like half the show.
I love it. He's completely Back to the Future too, where it's just like if my jokes don't kill, like Foley's just slowly disappearing. It's like by the end of the night, it's like, Collen, your jokes all suck shit, and Foley is now dead.
Like somehow your set impacted my life, and
yeah. Bum, bum, bum,
now I notice it. Like before, I was like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, but
oh man, it's been messing with me. All I've been thinking is my magic's rubbing off on you somehow, which is crazy because we haven't been within 6 feet of each other in quite a while now.
How funny would it have been if Spielberg made Back to the Future, and instead of having that whole loving family that Marty was part of, it was just a picture of GW on an old picture. And he's like, you don't understand, Marty. This is what the future looks like. And it's just GW slowly disappearing over a brick
my mom. If that's the future, who wants that?
Well, we're going, we don't need roads.
Apparently my head's just entirely disappearing.
That might be true right now, Ryan. Where we're going, we don't need cities.
That seems to be the case.
So the question I wanted to ask, both on a honest question for you guys and on your comedic brains, because that's always there in the forefront, is if you could only deem one business or one type of business, let's say not one business, one type of business essential during quarantine, what would that be? And any of you guys want to lead off, that's more than. I'm not
Well,
going to pressure
I'll
anybody.
I'll lead off on that.
Okay.
I can tell you, I would say that the business that probably seems the most important is e-commerce, and is probably actually, to be completely honest, the business that I loathe the most. I have only in my entire life spent $14.95 on Amazon. That's it. I've only made one purchase my entire life.
That's impressive.
I don't know if I'll ever make another. And the only reason I had to make that purchase was because no other person could provide that component. That was the only place that I could actually purchase that component from. But I feel like that's probably the game changer, is being able to have anything that you want at any time at your doorstep. But I think it's also the thing that I kind of despise the most about it as well, because I think that there's a certain experience that goes along with commerce. And I think that in many ways, like just the e-platform, as convenient as it is, I think that it really does cut a lot of the experience out of it. And it's like one of those things where it's like, almost like self-checkout. It's like, yeah, that's there, but does anybody enjoy self-checkout more than they do having someone actually help check out and bag their groceries for them? It's not funny,
I was
It's
gonna
true
say,
though.
fuck, man, that was deep.
but I think that that's the case of it all.
What do you guys think?
The most,
Go ahead, man.
well, the question, what I feel is the most important essential service during quarantine? Is that what?
Yeah, if you could pick one essential business and/or service.
Oh man, I mean the food industry, or the grocery stores is very important. That's all I have to say. I wish I don't know.
I agree.
Absolutely.
My original one was going to be, prostitution. That's hands down. I mean, that's essential, and it's a shitty job. Like, you have the Amazon workers complaining about their jobs. They're not literally sucking dick for $20. And we need to think about the prostitutes more often.
Thank you for that perspective, GW. We all. Oh, you just delivered a 50-pound bag of rice. You didn't suck dick, all right? This is the new medium that this is your new minimum wage. It's like, oh, you only got paid extra. Well, you didn't suck dick, all right?
And it's essential, man. Like, what's happening?
Yeah, essential. Well, you essentially sucked my dick, didn't you? And
I would agree that those are definitely undervalued members of our society that provide an essential service. Same with and not to correlate the two, because I know they hate that, but strippers and or escort workers. I'd like to give a big a tip of my hat, so to speak, to those fine folks. Just because, like, that's a real shitty job to begin with.
Yeah.
With all the gross, smelly dudes and all that. But the fact that you are single-handedly preventing a lot of the, let's say, incidents that would happen without you guys is a big service to the rest of us. I think as far as essential services go, my comedic take is I'm glad that the liquor stores are still open.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll put that out there. On a more serious note, I was honestly hoping that that this whole thing would increase people's respect and their admiration, not admiration, but like their respect and their treating of essential employees in the grocery fields, both in grocery and produce and meat and seafood, like all the different aspects. that run what you think of as a grocery store, but actually used to be 10 different specialty shops spattered around town.
Mhm.
Is that this whole thing would have increased in appreciation for those people. And I find that as a guy who has a lot of friends in that industry, that that's not the truth. That this has only increased people's sense of entitlement. And now that sense of entitlement is going to come back really hard this summer, which is going to be really interesting because there's going to be a lot of really fed up people in the grocery industry. I
Yeah.
honestly think there's going to be a lot of meltdowns where people freak out that they can't get the Alaskan king crab legs that they got every year for the past 10 years, and that somebody behind the counter is going to be like, well, you know what? How about you go fuck yourself? How about
Well,
that?
Well, you know what? We could go that approach, or we could go with this new comprehensive slogan that I think we all agree on, where you can say, yeah, you know, we're out of king crab, but you know what? At least you're not sucking dick.
Turn around.
Every now and then I get a little bit closer and I need to go to Neiman Door.
Man, this cover is so groovy, man.
Man, wow, man, we're out of king crab, but at least you're not sucking dick, man. Turn around.
Bright eyes.
Very nice. Now this guy's been fed up since June 1st. This guy just doesn't have it anymore.
And shout out to all the postal workers too. I forgot I went to drop off mail at the post office, and there was this guy just going off at the person at the counter, and it was just like, so. Everyone's stressed and everyone's scared and tired. Like, you don't. It isn't about you. Like, I'm sorry you're not getting stamps right now, but.
Why does everybody need like, people are sending so much more stuff. Like, I've just seen such an overhaul of the entire, like, postages. I'm like, I understand receiving shit. Why does everybody need to send so much stuff right now? That's what I don't understand. What are you sending? What are you sending? Like, people's businesses, man? I don't know. I just see everybody's like, is all jammed up, and it's like, what are you sending? I don't know.
Oh, well, I was supposed to send this 6 months ago, and now that there's a quarantine going on, it's the perfect time to send this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this is like 5 Easter presents ago. Like the kid no longer wears that same size dress, but you know, fuck it, I have it. I need to send it right now. And I know
I'm quarantined. I'm sending it. I'm going to UPS and I'm sending it.
Well, and I know
some boxes I gotta get rid of.
The delivery people are just getting so fucking fed up. Like, I was outside smoking a cigarette and I saw a UPS guy drive up to my lawn and just literally huck a package from like halfway across my lawn onto my porch. And I'm like, damn, dude, I'm standing right here. You just clearly don't give a shit, do you?
Like,
no, I'm actually trying to bring back the old school, like, paperboy style. It doesn't matter if it's electronics. That's a PS5. Doesn't matter. It just
taking out bird nests and car windows and everything.
Oh, you got your new bong from Tommy Chong? Oh, here you go, fucker.
What's fragile mean?
Yeah.
Italian.
Oh, getting close to the end.
That bong.
I wanted to give a couple of shout outs to people who are commenting and or watching. Jessica Michaela earlier was saying Ryan, yay. Because why wouldn't you give Ryan a yay? I mean,
oh, I thought you said she said gay.
Gay? If she was probably talking about me. Never you, sir. I got that cute little lesbian beard going on. With my quarantine 15, I look like I'm on the prowl for an Ellen, if you know what I mean.
We make it a DeRozzi.
Wife said that or the beautiful assistant. Don't let me call her out. She said earlier when we were talking about the makeup, she said eyes and eyebrows are what take the longest. We'll start wearing goggles then. You get the whole. Thank you for Peter Pardo for watching. Thanks to Ryan Kenyon. Oh wait,
Thank you guys for having me.
And a big thank you for Peter Pardo. Wait, I already mentioned him. Terry Putnam, Mandy Garvin, Jeremy Frost, and a few others for tuning in this evening. It's been great to have you guys. We're getting close to the end. Anybody have anything pressing that they've been wanting to get out there?
I wanted to say that because of this show, I started drinking again. So, bottoms up, boys.
I thought I only had that effect on myself.
Bum, 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 ba-da-da, bum, 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 ba-da-da, bum, 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 bum,
Did you notice that the can was disappearing also?
Yeah, you know,
Play Johnny Be Good.
Your kids are gonna love it.
yeah.
It's rock
I
and
wish
roll.
we had a time machine so we could go back to either A, before this stuff happened and the world was awesome and it didn't suck shit, or B, blast ourselves in the future when the world doesn't suck shit. That was where the time machine may be more important than a vaccine right now. I don't know.
Elon Musk, get on it.
I want my time machine.
Elon Musk, he's working on it right now. When this thing hits 88 miles an hour, man, you're going to
Yeah,
shit.
88 miles an hour.
When did you get the ginger? When did you get the ginger printers on your stuff?
Oh, I'm getting some from the beautiful assistant.
Yeah, she wanted to know when the Ginger Fred Durst came on as a co-host.
Oh, you guys were giving me shit that my hat was disappearing. So
Oh,
I'm like, I'll just turn it
Yeah, look
around
at this.
upside down,
Oh, she's
Marty
brutal.
McFly over here.
and I'd be rolling.
I heard you did it all for the nookie.
I know you all be loving this shit right here.
This is the hot dog flavored water.
You just have to have faith, guys.
Man.
I forgot about that until that second, and it just bridled my teenage soul.
It was like the when I was doing the 10 albums that influenced you, I did Limp Bizkit's first album, and my wonderful missus was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, did you see?" I was like, "Yeah, I was 16 when that album came out."
That was a big deal.
Yeah,
That
that was-
I remember sitting back, and God knows if you're watching this, Chris, I hope you catch a moment of the show every once in a while. That being said, you're probably doing way more important shit right now. But my buddy Chris, and I never understood it back in like third and fourth grade, Chris Hayes, we went to school at it was Sherburne Elementary at the time. It's now Killington Elementary. Would draw these fucking crazy photos and be like, and I can't even remember, what's the lead singer of Korn, Jonathan Davis.
Yeah.
He would draw photos and be like, okay, so Jonathan Davis and Fred Durst are fishing together on the lake. Who catches the most fish? And then would go into a rant about how Jonathan Davis would fucking drown Fred Durst, and therefore he would catch the most fish. It was just like one of those things that, like, in fourth grade, this kid was so musically inclined, he knew all about it, and I'm just sitting there like, I don't even know who these fucking people are, to be honest.
It reminds me of my
He's in New York. I hope you're doing well, Chris. It's a crazy time down there, and I hope everything's going well. But yeah, I hadn't thought about that in forever. But yeah, he used to draw all sorts of crazy scenarios and Fred Durst and Jonathan Davis are in a drumming competition, right? Who wins? And it'd always be like, well, Jonathan Davis
Yeah.
stabs Fred Durst through the fucking temple with a drumstick, and then goes on to. It's like, oh, okay. But very vibrant drawings. Anyways, we're right at 7 right now, gentlemen. I just wanted to thank you guys for coming on.
Hey,
Quick
thank you for
around
having
the
me.
room on anything anyone needs to get off their chest or plug their stuff or whatever you guys wanted to chat about. Colin, you first, sir.
The chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. See you guys next week.
Mr. GW Foley, anything you gotta
At Foley Kills, Twitter, Instagram, GW Foley on Facebook, $3 bill, y'all.
And finally, Mr. Kenyon, where can we anything you have to say before closing and anywhere we can find you?
Yeah, check out Transcendental Comedy Experience on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Nice.
7 Days I Spies. We're out there.
So,
And,
as stated, please
around.
please remember to follow Woolen Mill Comedy Club as well as Colin Doyle on Facebook. Find Mr. GW Foley, send him a friend request. Please find Transcendental Comedy
Yep,
Group.
Transcendental. Yep. Comedy
Okay.
Experience.
Please, and find Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming on Facebook, soon to be on YouTube, as soon as I can figure that out without it costing more money. I hope everybody out there staying safe. It's a crazy fucking world we live in. I hope that you guys are throwing back more beers and throwing forward less bricks. And please remember, everyone out there, I hope that you stay drunk. I hope that you stay underwhelming. And I hope that you stay safe.